Situated on the banks of the Charles River, MSPP is located in a Boston neighborhood about 10 miles from downtown. MSPP's values of experiential learning, social responsibility, and attention to personal growth have governed its work since 1974.
MSPP is a very special place in a lot of ways. We were one of the very first schools in the country to fully integrate theoretical learning with learning by doing.
It's such a rich experience to sit with clients in the morning and then come to a seminar at MSPP in the afternoon and reflect on that client with a peer group and with a professor.
When I'm teaching my family therapy class or my supervision class or any of the courses I'm teaching, I can always draw from very fresh stories from my own practice.
And the faculty is really open to sharing those experiences and how the class that they're teaching, which is something that they're very passionate about, is also relevant to the work that they do in the field.
When I was ready to look for schools, it was a real priority for me to look for programs that emphasized community service and social responsibility.
They really have been able to support me in my dreams to meet the underserved and to do the healing that I think is really important in this work.
The other thing that's been a big part of my education so far is my work with Katrina refugees in the Baton Rouge area. This wasn't something that the school put together, it was something that we put together and that everybody from professors to the president jumped on board with to help us fund, to help us get training in. I think we couldn't have done the work down there without the support of the school.
Within 30 years, the majority of the people in the U.S. will be people of color. Therefore, it is essential that we begin to teach psychology with a broader lens, one that incorporates the experiences of those who aren't white, Christian, or European.
One of the highlights of the Latino mental health program is the summer immersion experience that we do where students go to Latin America and take intensive training in the language. Last summer, we took a group of 6 students to Costa Rica.
When we stepped off the plane in Costa Rica, the culture was above you, under you, and all around you. It was really an incredible experience that is difficult to forget in terms of what it's like to learn more about the cultural norms of Latinos and also how to relate on a level that will really make a difference. And I would encourage anybody who's interested in cross-cultural psychology to have the opportunity to feel like an outsider and to really step into a culture that is unfamiliar.
Leadership is an evolving process, and students need to be exposed and have mentors in their life that they want to aspire to be like.
At MSPP, we not only train our students to be leaders in the field of mental health, but we model leadership by everything that we do. For instance, we know that mental health needs to meet people where they are, out in the community.
Our mission here at the Health Center is to provide services to folks that are underserved, and MSPP joins us in our mission.
And our goal is to provide and teach how people can continue to sustain mentally healthy communities and mentally healthy classrooms.
We also know that personal growth is really important because the therapist is the instrument of change.
What I've seen change in myself is over the course of the last year and a half, I'm really comfortable now sitting with really heavy emotions.
Having to learn a graduate school is, there's highs and lows, ups and downs. Plenty of complaints, but also plenty of joys. And one of the things that I help them to do as an advisor is to keep those things in perspective.
We never lose sight of the fact that we're dealing with human beings, that having relationships is the core of what we do clinically. And that to do that, we really want to like each other and have fun with each other.
I got a phone call from Claire, who actually interviewed me and invited me to come to MSPP, and I just felt like that was so personal, and I hadn't had that experience at any other school. I decided right then that this was the place that I wanted to be.
There's a very nurturing atmosphere here. They really want to make sure that you become the type of psychologist that you want to become.
One of the reasons why I enjoy teaching here at MSPP is that I get to work with some of the most brilliant, intelligent, and driven minds that I've met, and to be able to be part of their development as psychologists in training is a joy.
We can see change, and we affect change in the people that we are working with, and that is an amazing experience to have while you're in school.
An education at MSPP is life-changing, and it is the best preparation for the challenging and infinitely rewarding career of mental health care. MSPP, meeting the need, making a difference.